This is really fascinating. So we're talking about Todd Solondz, who I really was excited to hate, and he came through. No, well, I think it's quite controversial, this film, for some reason or another. But you can't, I mean, this might be a bad episode because people can't even see this movie. But doesn't this feel like a part of like the problem with our society is that you cannot find a film?
It's very upsetting.
A beautiful film. Well, that's what's so fascinating about this movie, which I just finished watching. So it's raw. By the way, doesn't this movie feel like what American Beauty pretends to be?
Yes.
Like that was their thing. It's like, look closer. And you're like, this movie went like American Beauty wins like the most overrated film in history. I think I've said that on every episode, but like, it's like, look closer. And here's a real look of the underbelly of rich suburbanites. What's amazing about it is the actor who's great. I never buy into this. Looks like a pedophile, looks like a school shooter. I feel, I'm not saying you, but a lot of times that's just a hack thing. I'm just like, what do you mean? He did do it outside in the car, which is a crazy scene. That's the initial reveal. That's amazing because there's like a woman putting her kid in the back seat. In the background, he's like, can we get ice cream? Which is great. But what's interesting about it is that's what it was like when you were 12 and 13, ironically, is like, you're like, I need to go now and I don't care. That's what's so amazing about this movie is the actor and the character is written incredibly empathetically. And it's the thing I always talk about, which the point about Psycho is you're rooting for the car to sink into the mud.
Yes.
You feel bad for this guy when he's getting busted because he's portrayed so empathetically and so sweetly. It doesn't. This movie never feels like you're watching anybody extraordinary or out of the ordinary. It feels very normal people. Like I wish I had the relationship that this guy has with his dad. It's a beautiful relationship. I feel like even if he is this monster, he would just lie and be like, no, I wouldn't do that. The whole scene is so beautiful and touching. And I can't believe how good that kid is.
He's amazing.
He's incredible. That scene's amazing. He's so good. And it's just magical to see. It's a movie I hadn't seen. So it's just so fun seeing him. As everybody knows, he's my favorite actor.
Yeah,
and he just plays that character so well. Courage is. By the way, the postcard thing, the movie ends. The last shot is the kid in front of essentially a postcard.
Oh, right.
It's like a little painting of the ocean and the palm trees and stuff. Like he's in this vacation area, just being like, I just came. By the way, the pole reminds me of the blood on the ropes in Raging Bull. It feels like it's like an homage. Doesn't it? I mean, it drips on. It's like that shot of the bar. It looks like blood on the ropes to me. Yeah, and it's hard. And like also a woman on her back killing a man with her bare hands is... It's a little unlikely. Much. It's a little much. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think there are moments where it is an attempt to be so darkly funny that it doesn't hit. And the funny comes more from just the situational stuff. Right. But there is a great subtle moment too, where Jackie Treehorn at the end, they just show a quick insert of him dumping salt all over his meal.
I love it. Such a great
that's just
moment.
Beautiful and great. The wife is also great, by the way. That sister, she's fantastic. The kid's depressed. He's pretending to be depressed. Just ignore him. He thinks he'll impress you. I mean, that's so fucking funny. One of my favorite lines, dark jokes, beautiful, is when he says, I'm sick, and she says, take some Tylenol. I mean, take some Tylenol has to be the best line in the movie. It's fucking great. John Lovitz, you and not I will always be shit. That speech is so fucking great. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, and it's so long and hilarious. It's so satisfying when he takes back the ashtray, whatever the fuck it is. Stunning, like we said, and like it doesn't feel like here's a movie about some crazy people or a crazy family. It feels just like regular people. And like you said, you're seeing this dark side that you just normally wouldn't see.